This is the DJI RS4 Pro Mini. And you see this little box right here? This little box is going to change solo filmmaking forever. Now, it might sound like I'm exaggerating when I say that. I know everyone says that on YouTube, but in reality, I'm not joking around. Like, I spent thousands of dollars on gear to find the best piece of camera gear to track me while I work here in the studio. I even purchased the DJI RS2, $1,000 gimbal, simply for the Rave system. And you guys know the Rave. This was their first like tracking device, and you know, in theory, it would have been great, but it was clunky and it just was very inconsistent, especially here in the studio. So when DJI hit me up and asked if they could sponsor today's video, that was just a really easy yes from me. Now let me show you why the intelligent tracking on this gimbal is so freaking impressive. I don't need any cords, HDMI cords, I don't need an iPhone, I don't need any of that stuff. All I need is a hand. As long as you got a hand, you raise up your hand, that little light is gonna turn green because I got it under gesture control. And now when it's green, now it's going to track me. So now when I move, it is going to follow me. Now with that, I can go in the settings and I can also change how fast it's going to track me. So I can set it to fast and it's gonna follow my every move. Think like the DJI Pocket 3, when you move your head slightly, it's gonna just irky jerk side to side. Right now I have it set to slow so that now I can, let's say I'm doing a talking here, I'm talking to you, I can move my head a little bit and it's not going to rock back and forth. Another important thing is I can set my composition in the menu where I could have it always centered me off, or I can adjust the composition. So if my head is too low in the frame or too high, I can use the joystick and bump the composition to how I want it. So if I'm gonna move around, watch, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the light up here. I'm gonna move this out the way. I'm gonna move this C-stand over here, and you see, because I have the composition locked to here, you can actually see what I'm doing. See that? Now I'm gonna walk back over here and I'm gonna change center off my composition. So I'm gonna lower that down. So now where I fill the frame with my big head, it's like that. All right, so right now I'm gonna pretend like I'm doing a photo shoot here, okay? So I'm over here taking some photos, make an adjustment to my light really quick. Boom, it doesn't lose me. That's great. And what's really cool about this is that if I don't like the composition that I see on that screen, I can use the virtual joystick on the app and I can adjust my composition. See? If I want more headspace, again, I can go up, I can go down, and I'm gonna just fill the frame with myself, where my head is like toward the top, like that. Right there's that center, boom, taking photos, great. I'm gonna walk around and make an adjustment to this light over here. Did it find me? It found me right there. All right, we're gonna come down here, make an adjustment to this light. Okay. Slide it farther back. All right, I'm gonna walk around. This right here, let's see if it, yeah, that's freaking impressive. All right, take some more photos. Boom, boom. Now I'm gonna get lost completely. I'm gonna hide behind all of this. So you see, oh, okay, it found me again. Let me hide. I'm gonna wait for it to, it's blinking, it lost me, and it picks me right back up, which is so. Now, another really cool thing about this is I can go, it spins full 360. So if, in a sense, I could just place it in the middle and I could walk around it and it is gonna track me full 360. Like it is right now. I'm gonna do one more spin. Right here, lost me, it found me again. I'm gonna take a walk around. I have it on medium track right now. Look at that. That's fire. That's fire. Okay. Now if I wanna stop filming, all I have to do is raise my palm up again. The light's gonna blink yellow and then it's gonna turn red, and now that's it. That was it. That is how frictionless and how easy it is to start tracking yourself using the intelligent tracking on the RS4 Pro Mini. It's insane. Okay, so I think it's worth sharing one more real world scenario on how I would use this tracking for my work. Now, I actually recently did a photo shoot here and I did this exact thing. So if I'm taking a picture of her, if I'm centered, you can't see her. Now, if I adjust my composition to where I'm completely all the way on the left side, almost to the point where I can't even see myself on the rear screen, now you're able to see the model and what I am doing. I could walk up, I could walk over here. You're always gonna be able to see her, depending on the lens, obviously. But how clutch is that? So when I went home last night, I was thinking about how this little $69 AI tracking module kind of makes this RS4 mini gimbal into something like a full frame DJI Pocket 3 in a way, right? So I have a ZV-E1 right now, a full frame camera, and this is still very lightweight. I would never vlog like this in public. I don't have the balls to do that. But no matter where I have the gimbal, it's gonna keep me framed up so I don't have to worry about that. And that is really nice. Now, I think I speak for every single person out there. One feature I wish that the DJI Pocket 3 had was the ability to change the responsiveness of the active track. So right now it's set to fast. Look what happens. I mean, it tracks me pretty good, but if I'm just sitting here talking to the camera, it's gonna make micro adjustments to every single move. Now watch what happens. I'm gonna switch it to slow follow speed on the active track. Now I have to make big movements for it to follow me. And you see, if I'm just stationary, talking to the camera, making slight movements, it's not going to irky jerk. And that right there makes this even more powerful because you can now control. And because videos when it's so irky jerky are just not watchable in my opinion. So I'm gonna switch active track to fast again. Now, every single movement I make, look at that. Yeah, that is good. I'm gonna go to 40 millimeter, make it even tougher for this camera to track me. It's a 40 millimeter. Now think about if you're doing some kind of sports work and you physically can't keep up with the person and the camera, you can let the camera do it for you. Whew. Okay, that might be too fast for. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I've realized that I've pretty much been only speaking about the tracking capabilities of this gimbal and the AI module, but at the end of the day, it is a gimbal first. So let me show you some of the new features. Now, I've never used anything that's this convenient. It has automatic lock accesses, or you can automatically lock all of the accesses with a single press of the power button. One, fully locked. You wanna shoot again? Press it. It's unlocked and you're ready to go. Now, if you hold down the power button, it'll go into storage mode. So easy, so fast. Now, if I take off the ZV-E1, you're gonna notice the build. It has a very sleek, thin design. If I take off the bottom tripod here, there's no reason why I couldn't fit this easily in one of my camera bags. And if you are wondering, the tracking module here doesn't come off very easily. Once it attaches, it doesn't come off. You have to press to unlock it, just in case you're thinking that this thing will just like fly off or something. It won't. It's on there. Personally, I can't see myself going to a larger gimbal when these smaller gimbals have such a high max capacity. So this one has a 4.4 pound capacity, which means that I can put an A7S III and a 2470 G Master version 2 on here. And unless I'm not completely rigging it out, like there's no reason to leave the house with such a larger gimbal when I can leave the house with this, something that will fit in my camera bag. If you're someone that shoots a lot of vertical video, this gimbal has a new quick switch, which enables you to switch from horizontal to vertical in about 5 seconds. Let's see if I'm a man of my word here. There you go. Now it's in vertical.
turn a couple times, press, boom, done. This gimbal also has a new responsive mode. So if you're doing some really quick and fast movements with the gimbal, you can go to the follow speed and set it to responsive. So fast and responsive. So now when you're panning this gimbal, I mean, it is extremely responsive. So how much is this gimbal going to be? So the RS4 mini combo comes with all the accessories shown, the intelligent tracking module, the briefcase handle, the phone holder, for $459. The gimbal itself is $369 and the tracking module is $69 alone if purchased separately. Now, if you don't have many friends or don't have someone to film you, this is easily the best tracking gadget I've ever tried and will be utilizing much more often in the studio.